This life is controlled by the people that understand nature. If you don't understand nature, you will hardly live a peaceful life. As in a peaceful life, I mean, is a life that's full of meaning to you. Some people are living a good life, but that doesn't make meaning to them. They don't understand what that life means. So they are just trying to understand what is happening around them. Meanwhile, what is happening to them is clear and pure. I don't understand why people will plan traditional marriage with a particular in-law. Then, according to the law, do you know the reason why women are given wine? Not wine, not just any wine. In Igbo tradition is nkwenu, that's palm wine. Your in-law will give you, your father will give you palm wine to go and give to your husband and bring him to him so that he can pray. But right now, so many people are pouring away that palm wine and just submitting an empty cup. One, do you know the reason why it have to be palm wine? So many of us don't know. And because we don't know, that's why so many things happen without we knowing why. One of the reasons, or one of the things we should always struggle to understand in this life, is what happens around us. Don't do things because you feel like this is what others are doing, so you want to do it. Sometimes ask a reason for something. Why is something like this happening? Why must it be this and why must it be that? That is when you cannot get the clear picture of what you are doing. So, when you are being given a palm wine to give to your husband to be, don't turn it to wine or maybe non-alcohol or that, because there is a very spiritual meaning for you to give palm wine to your in-law, to your husband to be. One of it is when he will drink half or some and pour the remaining on the ground. You know, when our forefathers want to pray, we use palm wine. That is an Igbo tradition. That palm wine is to call the ancestors, people who has been drinking that particular wine in that community, in that compound, before they were born, to call them to come, that their daughter are going to marriage. Their daughter is going to a family, is going to form a family. See, whether you like it or not, when a woman moves from her father's house to a man's house in the name of marriage, if it's properly done according to the tradition, there is a spirit that lives with her to her husband's house. That's why, according to Igbo tradition, if a woman died, then we take her to her father's house. As in, some people will bury her in her father's house. If you're not going to bury her in her father's house, but you must take her to her father's house before she will now be brought to her husband's house to be buried. It is to remind those spirits that this journey of marriage has ended. Then everybody should go back to who they are. Because, see, if you understand that it wasn't that rampant that young guys will die anyhow. It wasn't rampant that a lady will get this married and she will not born even if it's one. As I say, even if it's one. But now it's getting rampant because of what? We started doing what we don't know the consequences. You know, if you are a religious person, you might not understand what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you today is one common thing in Africa is doing things because everybody or some people are doing it without even knowing the consequences. So the advice I'm giving you today is that if you ever want to participate in doing anything, make sure you know the reason. If you don't know the reason, ask. Because so many people have entered problem without knowing. It's just like if you have not done memorial ceremony of your ancestors. Let me say your grandfather died without your family doing normal as in memorial for your grandfather, and maybe somebody died in your in-laws house or anywhere, you goes there with anything that is alive, mostly you will die. Your ancestors will kill you. I have seen so many people done this. I have seen so many people died because of this. But because of religion, see, one thing religion will tell you is not to do something. Then we hardly tell you the consequences of what you will face if you don't do it. So my brother, my sister, if you are that kind of person that always follow religion, please try and find out why things are done how it is. Thank you.